This is a story of a 2000-kilometer cycling race around the Netherlands. Through fields of crazy winds, sweat and sheep shit.
Damn, I'll be covered in shit.
Will I even finish, or is this going to be another disaster? And we are off. People are already passing me, but I'm trying to stay calm and pace myself. Every single time in ultras everyone is going unreasonably hard on the start, and at some point they usually blow up, and I'm always one of them, and I always blow up. So today I'm trying a new strategy, and I'll try to stay as chill as possible and let everyone go in the start. And to be fair, that has been my plan for every single race in the past, and I have never successfully pulled that off. But let's rewind a little bit. Namely, just 6 weeks ago, I went to a skiing trip and broke my ankle. My doctor told me that I'll be in the cast for the next 6 weeks, so I'd be out of it just in time, but I wouldn't be in any condition to compete. The people closest to me asked if I was going to skip the race altogether, but giving up before the race would have even started never crossed my mind. This race was supposed to be my main race of the year, so it definitely took a toll on me. But I also realized that now when I was supposed to prepare for the race, this has turned into a good opportunity to play Fortnite. And just take it easy. I mean, I didn't have anything else to do, so I tried to recover from it as fast as possible. Alright, let's get back to the race. I'm not quite sure how well my plan of taking a chill start went, but I'm feeling great, like I'm flying on the flats, and I'm seeing all these epic landscapes. I never knew how beautiful place the Netherlands really were, and now that I'm watching these clips back, it's still hard for me to believe that these truly are from there. I'm just trying to enjoy this first day as much as possible, because I know that this is going to be the last day of the race. I'm going to feel good. My only problem is this long sleeve jersey, because it's surprisingly warm outside, like around 25 degrees Celsius. And let me tell you, we haven't had that in Finland since last summer, so it takes a little bit of getting used to, and I'm sweating like crazy. I'm turning into a zebra with all these white lines on my shirt from the salt when I'm sweating. I didn't really prepare for the temperature being this high, but it's okay. I just have to suffer a little bit, and the next days should be colder. Next, let me tell you a little bit about my strategy coming to this race. And well, the reason why I chose this race in the first place was that the Netherlands are unbelievably flat. I was around 97 kg at the start of this race, so I'm a really heavy guy for an ultra cyclist, and at least once I'm taking advantage of my mass and not going to some hilly race getting destroyed by some 60 kg guy. Now that the race is more suitable for my size, I knew that I had a chance of reaching the podium, and before I broke my ankle, that was my plan exactly. I was thinking about finishing the whole race under 90 hours, but when I broke my ankle, I knew that wasn't possible anymore. But also I didn't want to go to the race without any goal, and so when the race got closer, I managed to convince myself that the 90-hour mark would still be worth a try, and now with the broken leg it would be way more impressive as well. So let me tell you how you can finish the race around the Netherlands in 90 hours. Actually, there are only 1950 kilometers in the race, and with a 25 km/h speed it would take 78 hours of riding. That leaves you with 12 hours of rest time, and you are going to ride through the first night and sleep 3 hours during the second night and 3 hours as well during the third night, and hopefully you will survive the last night without falling asleep on the bike. This means that you spend 6 hours of the race sleeping, and that leaves you with 6 hours of pee breaks and grocery shop breaks. That might sound a little bit tight schedule, and right now you are most likely wondering when do you even have time to poop, and the answer is I don't. Cycling full gas for 4 days puts my body into such a stress that I stop pooping. You know, it's really mind-boggling to me when some of my doctors think that this is a healthy hobby. But anyways, if you want to go fast, you don't have time to poop. Back to the first day. My first day's plan was to take a chill and let everyone go. And during the next night and day, I would start picking up people one by one and they start to slow down. So let's see how that goes. Okay, here I saw a guy that was only pedaling with one leg, and I was like, damn, he has something wrong with his leg. But then I noticed, damn, there isn't much of a leg left to be riding with. And then I was like, holy shit, he's even missing one of his arms. That's truly inspiring. There are actually people that think, I'll skip training today because I don't feel like it. Like, tell that to this guy. He's literally missing half of his body and still out here crushing Strava segments. Wow. After getting a burst of motivation from that guy, I took my first break at kilometer 190. I hadn't really eaten anything yet, but I needed some more fluids, so I tried to keep it as short as possible, and in 10 minutes I was on the road again. At this point I'm in the top 25, and that is way faster than I was supposed to be, and I'm trying to figure out, am I riding way too fast, or is it because of the flat terrain and it actually gives me such an advantage? But because of the heat and sweating, I figured that I'm probably riding at least a little bit too fast, but also I tried to convince myself that there are still over 20 riders up the road riding harder than me and using more energy, so compared to those, I'm still better off. Also, I knew that I needed over 25 km/h average speed to catch the last grocery store of the night, and I was in a good pace to make it there, so I wasn't too worried about riding a little bit too fast, because getting into that grocery store puts me to a good position to ride through the night. Namely, after this resupply, there wouldn't be another until after 400 kilometers, because I would be riding through the night and next day is Sunday, so nothing is really opening before 12. And so, after 350 kilometers, I make it to my planned grocery store just in time, and there I'm trying to eat anything salty, because first of all I have only eaten sugary things all day and my mouth is burning from that, and I have sweated a lot in the sun, so I was really craving salt. There I wasn't worried about spending time, and I ended up taking a good half an hour break, because I knew that this will be the last one for the next 16 hours, and I was quite surprised that no one else stopped here, because I'm pretty sure that this was the last open grocery store before the long night. To be fair, I was getting a little bit worried when over 10 riders passed me while I was just sitting there. I went from position 16 to 30th during that break, but it was all part of my plan. I knew that people will start slowing down during the night, and I wasn't going to. And so started the night, and I still felt relatively good, and now that I'm watching the replay, I must felt absolutely amazing. I didn't know this during the race, but I'm destroying everyone, and I mean everyone. The reason is probably that people are sleeping, because I don't really remember passing many people at all. So I'm still thinking that I'm around top 25-ish, even though just 7 hours after my break I'm in the top 5. Like, how is that possible? I was absolutely annihilating the whole field without knowing, and I felt great. This was some of my best racing ever, and I've carried out my plan perfectly. Now we are arriving inside the sheep fences. These were the roads I was here for, straight, flat, long. The only minus side was that they were right next to the sea, so there was a high probability for some strong winds, but this time the wind was okay and I think it was almost pushing from the back, so we had nothing to worry about, except I hadn't taken into account the amount of lamb shit on the road.
Okay.
I wouldn't have believed this without seeing it myself. How can these animals generate so much poop? I don't understand. But it was fine, the road was dry, so at least the poop didn't fly everywhere. I was just getting a little bit of it to my shoes, so nothing drastic, at least I thought so.
Damn, I'll be covered in shit.
This guy doesn't know yet what he's talking about, but soon the truth dawns on him and he will realize the shit he's in, literally. Namely, next it starts to rain and now that the road is wet and covered in poop, that diarrhea is flying off my tires everywhere. Last night when it rained, all my clothes were soaking wet and I thought that that was a uncomfortable feeling. But let me tell you, when all your clothes are
Kilometer
soaking wet
700.
from shit water,
And
that is some experience. During this time I met another cyclist and let's say he didn't enjoy this experience at all. He told me that if he would have known this, he wouldn't have come this race at all. I couldn't really take this situation very seriously. I was just thinking that the thought of me being covered in poop sounds so funny. And I can't wait to tell my family about this. But also this was a problem. I didn't know could I really go anywhere in public and would I get sick in a few days if I keep using these clothes. So I would have to find some way to clean them. Anyways, right now inside these sheep fields weren't any solutions, so I kept riding hoping that I'll find a way at some point. I'm about to reach the first resupply after the night. I have ridden about 715 kilometers and I'm in the top 3 so far. My race has been phenomenal and I'm in way better position than I ever could have hoped for. Except there is a new problem arising. I don't know if you remember, but I broke my ankle 6 weeks before the race and I'm freshly out of the cast. Now that very same ankle has started to hurt again. I can barely spin my left leg anymore. This is a huge problem and most likely ruins my whole race. At this moment I'm thinking, is this race worth potentially destroying my ankle again? Now I arrived to the grocery store and fuck, I can't close my frame back anymore. That's lovely. Now everything I have will be soaked in the rain. I go to the store, buy my stuff and come back. Still, I can't close it. At this point I have been awake for over 30 hours, so my decision making isn't the best anymore. So I just stand there and try to figure out what I'm going to do for about 30 minutes. If I continue, my ankle will die and everything inside my frame pack will be wet. And if I stop here, I lose my chance of making it in under 90 hours. Then I made the conclusion that I at least can't continue today. But then the question was, I wait till tomorrow. Is anything going to be any better anyway? Should I just give up the whole race right now? I don't care if I finish top 20th or if I couldn't finish at all. But then I remember that this is my 5th ultra race and I have scratched twice and finished twice. So if I would give up, I would have more DNFs than finishes and that thought really hurt. So I realized I'll be riding till the end no matter what. I just won't be as fast as I wanted to be. So I'm finally able to make the choice and I go to a hotel. My thought process was that there I'm able to clean my clothes and hopefully my ankle gets better when it gets a little bit time to recover. And also I thought that probably with fresh brain I'm able to fix my frame back as well. So next I go to the hotel where the hotel guy shows me the room and while he's introducing it he says like 7 times, "Oh, by the way, the shower is right there. Oh wow, you really need the shower right there." So I most definitely smelled like death, like he was probably gasping for air after leaving the room, but at that point I didn't really care. I got my clothes cleaned and I slept till 13 hours. After that my clothes didn't only smell like poop anymore, but it was also mixed with soap. I think I got most of the poop out, but still. That morning I woke up and 40 people had passed me. Now my whole race had slipped straight to the toilet.
We are back in business. I slept for 13 hours. I had to take a little break as I was covered in shit pretty much, and my frame back is broken now, and my ankle started to hurt, the same ankle that I broke, so I feel like I have to be a bit careful with that. But now we are back. It seems like we are going back to those lamb areas where there are a lot of shit, and it started raining, so possibly me cleaning my clothes wasn't any useful. And my ankle still hurts, so none of those things are fixed after the 13 hours of sleep. Not the best. At least it's tailwind right now, so at least that gives me some hope. And I just lost like 50 positions, I think. But I probably don't have to sleep next night as well, so I guess if my ankle allows it, I'll be back.
I still had no idea what my plan was after this, but generally in ultras, just moving forward is usually a good option if you don't have anything to do. So when I didn't have anything else to do, that's what I did. I just rode my bike. I catch a couple of guys here and there during the day, but it felt like I was not doing any progress. However, the night was coming and I knew that I would have advantage here again.
The vision for the night is to just ride through it. I mean, I just slept for 13 hours last night, so that should be doable. And I'm pretty sure that everyone else is going to sleep during the night, even the race leaders. So I should be able to gain at least 60 kilometers on the whole field during the night.
Unfortunately, the night didn't come without any problems.
My phone died, it ran out of battery and I'm unable to charge it because it says that there is water in the charging port. I have no idea how I'm supposed to get the water out, but we'll see. I don't really need the phone for anything. I just have to raw dog this now. And also podcasts are one way of keeping me awake, so hopefully I won't fall asleep. This is such a cool place. On the right there is just endless ocean, and the next major body mass is pretty much North America. There is like nothing there.
I'm already talking nonsense here. First of all, I most definitely meant landmass, and second of all, the UK is the next major landmass after the Netherlands. Also, I actually meant body mass. It would be weird to announce that the closest major body mass would be North America, when it's the only major body mass in the world.
Now that I'm not able to listen to anything because my phone's dead, it's quite interesting to be here with your own thoughts on it. The ankle is still hurting, not very good. I have no idea what I should do with it. Like I could just go to a hotel every night and sleep 8 hours there and ride 300k every day and still finish pretty fast, but that's not really what I came here to do. I wanted to race fast. Do we go straight or what? Okay, I see. Yeah, I came here to race hard. I don't really want to just take it chill, but yeah, we'll see.
This is going to be the smart solutions for the unexpected problems. Will it work or will it not? Now is some time to guess down below. We are trying to use a hand pump to get the charging part right. This feels so stupid. I'm able to charge everything else but this phone, so I'm hoping that it's not something deeper that's causing this problem. Yeah, not working. it didn't work. Fortunately, I guess I'll have to raw dog the whole night then. My TikTok brain isn't really made for that, but this sucks, man.
It's weird that I feel like sometimes some people are speaking English here. I'm not yet sure if it's just me imagining it or are they actually speaking English. But when this happens in Finnish, in a foreign country, I know that there I'm definitely imagining it. But I'm not sure if I'm yet tired enough to imagine such things. But yeah, I feel like some people are speaking English here. I don't know.
I still couldn't get my phone to work, but I was getting desperate, so soon I tried again. Let's go, it's working. By some miracle, it worked. I had already tried 2 cables to charge it by 3rd time's a charm, so always remember to bring your extra cables. They are light, doesn't take any space and easily ruin your race when you don't have a working one. Here I also met this guy. His name is Ramon, number 105. Such a nice guy. He was also riding through the night and let me tell you, he was flying. He had such a positive energy around him and that positivity stuck with me also. That type of positivity is very rare after a couple of days of riding. So he definitely gave me some boost when we met numerous times during the night and that worked. I went from place 35th to 19th that night. Still I had no idea what I was going to do. My ankle felt like it could snap at any moment. So I didn't know was I racing or just cruising to the finish. So when I didn't have anything else to do, I just kept riding forward. That meant that I made relatively good progress, but also my brakes were way longer than they should have been because I didn't have any reason to rush them anymore.
At the moment I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, am I racing or just trying to survive to the finish line? At least I'm riding forward because I have nothing else to do. But yeah, I have a couple of options. I could just ride 250 kilometers a day, eat well and sleep nice and still finish under 6 days. But that's kind of the boring option. Second option would be to try to race, go under 5 days. That shouldn't be too bad, but that's the hard and boring option. Shouldn't be too bad, but I mean I'm not getting anything out of it. And the third option would be to stretch the mind to its absolute limit and try to go under top 10. That would be like real racing from now on, but that's hard. And originally I came here to go top 3, so something top 10 wouldn't be really any accomplishment anyway. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I catched like 30 people last night, I think. So catching 10 more shouldn't be too bad. Like, I think it's possible to go top 10, but I don't know.
That day the wind was very strong, about 8 meters per second, so I got a little bit worried about changing direction against the headwind because I knew that it was going to really hurt and take forever to get anywhere.
It's really going to suck going back north. I should have tailwind for the next 25 kilometers or something like that. And at the moment I'm barely pedaling and going over 30 kilometers an hour, so it's quite a strong wind. Right now this feels so nice, but soon when I turn back it's not going to be very fun.
Luckily for me, the forecast was incorrect once again and the wind was nothing crazy. I actually don't know why they even have forecast in the Netherlands when it's never correct. Like, what's the point? Again, I don't understand. This day I was just taking way too many and way too long breaks. I even went to a restaurant that day, and usually when racing I never go to any restaurants because it's just way too slow. The burger was good, don't get me wrong, but this is a serious sign of me giving up and slowing down. I think that Lidl's don't have any benches outside their store just so people wouldn't hang out there, which sucks for me because many times I end up sitting on the ground then. And I feel like probably a nasty ultracyclist sitting on the ground isn't the best look for them, but I haven't been kicked out from anywhere yet, so I guess it's fine. Now I'm entering the last quarter of the race, so I'm already starting to think about the finish and how it will soon be over. That's pretty much my only motivation at this point.
I have just a bit over 500 kilometers left. That doesn't sound too long anymore. But when I start thinking about it, I realize that I'll be riding most of the following night, the whole tomorrow pretty much, and some of the night after that. So there is quite a bit to do still, but pretty much 1/4 to go. I feel like the wind wasn't quite as bad as it was supposed to be. Like they promised around 8 or 9 meters per second of wind, and that was a headwind, so I was a bit scared of that, but it ended up being fine. It wasn't actually too bad. And now we are getting into the mainland, so I hope the wind slows down even more.
We get to the fourth night of the race and I've been riding almost 800 kilometers since the last time I slept. So once it got dark, I immediately started battling against the rising tiredness. I couldn't stay awake anymore. So when I felt like I couldn't handle it anymore, I just went to the first bush that looked good enough and slept for 4 hours.
I just slept for a bit over 4 hours. Some weird sounding dog barked me awake. I have no idea, was it actually a dog? Something barked. I only have a BB bag and this was my first night outside, or first night sleeping outside, and I think it was just enough. Like at first it was surprisingly cold, but I also slept surprisingly well, so I think it was just enough. But yeah, now we have to ride something like 500 kilometers to the finish. It's 4:30 in the morning. I actually feel very fresh after the sleep. Like that's probably not very surprising when I had ridden something like 780 kilometers one go before the sleep, so but I should finish at midnight, around midnight. So I did it easily under 5 days, but the plan was to do it under 4, so not as good as I would have hoped for.
After waking up, I felt weirdly amazing actually. It's always unbelievable how good of a boost does a couple of hours of sleep give you. And for once, my ankle didn't hurt. Wow. The problem with going so early to sleep is that then you need to ride a couple of hours in the darkness after sleeping. So it didn't take too long for me to start getting cross-eyed again.
Yeah, I was about to fall asleep on the bike, but then I saw a open gas station and I got some warm toast and the second monster of the morning, and now I feel like I'm on top of the world pretty much. There aren't really any guys coming from behind and only one guy somewhat in front of me. Then to the bigger group there is like 50 to 100 kilometers, so I'm probably not gonna change my position too much.
The last day was the most miserable of them all. It was 10 degrees Celsius and raining all day. At first everything was fine, but then after being soaking wet for 10 hours straight, the coldness started to creep in. Also, I only met one guy during the whole day. He was pretty much the only person within a 50 kilometer radius, and I knew that no one was going to catch us from behind and we weren't going to catch anyone from the front. So we were pretty much racing each other for the 18th place, except neither of us cared at all and we just wanted to finish. I actually told him that we were racing each other for the 18th place and he didn't care at all. And I mean, who would? Either way you're top 20, so there isn't really a difference.
I hope that was a electric bus. Otherwise this was embarrassing. Yeah, these are quite steep.
Nice, my ankle started to hurt again, so on these deeper sections where I would have needed to grind up, I just decided to walk to save my ankle.
It has been raining the whole day. Not very fun, I'm soaking wet and everything else is also frame bag's open, drinking all the water. Like it's not a problem, but it just sucks. This turned into some tropical rainforest now, but it's cold in here. But yeah, pretty much 250k to go. It's headwind going there, so that's not very promising. If it takes 10 hours to go there, I would be there 2 in the morning or middle of the night. Yeah, it's headwind there, so I might not be able to do that. And probably at some point I'm going to start falling asleep during the night, so we see how it goes.
Wow, I actually found the triple border point. Belgium and Germany are right there. There were quite a big hills to climb here, but when you're cold, those tend to warm you up. This day was so boring. Literally nothing happened. I was just waiting all day to finish. Luckily the rain stopped at the evening, so I had time to dry up, and that made the rest of the race way more enjoyable. I was still covered in dirt though, so going to grocery stores were a little awkward, and one time my card declined, so I had to pay with cash, and it was funny to hand the cashier some wet and dirty money. And so it's night again, and hopefully the last night of the race. Okay, spoilers, it's the last night of the race, but still I'm just slowing down. I have almost 150 kilometers left and my bike isn't moving anywhere. I'm getting more and more tired, so I decide to take a power nap on the side of the road. I didn't want to start this early, but I guess I have to take a power nap. Hopefully the energy drink will kick in during that, so I would be good for a couple of hours after that at least. Everything is just wet, so that's not really good. Right on the side of the road. With my luck, usually someone comes here during my sleep, but it is what it is. I go in with my crazy dirty shoes and everything. Okay, see you in 50 minutes. Taking a power nap when you really need it feels like it's instantly over. Like you close your eyes and your alarm goes off instantly. That 15 minutes always just disappears somewhere. But also it really helps. The next few hours goes alright, but now that I'm getting so close to the finish, I don't want to take any more power naps. Even though now that I'm watching this, I would have really needed one. This guy seems like he's on another planet. I remember that I really tried to concentrate to the race in these last few kilometers, but still I'm constantly forgetting where I'm going. I always stopped riding and just sank into my own thoughts. Then when my speed gets low enough, I noticed that I hadn't ridden in a while, and I pick up the speed again, and just like that the cycle repeats. So I pretty much constantly forgot to ride my bike in a bike race. For a person that hasn't been so tired that they are about to pass out while standing, this is probably a hard concept to understand, but to those who have been this tired, this most likely makes total sense. I believe that these are the most dangerous parts of ultra races, when you are pushing yourself to the absolute limit and sometimes unfortunately a little bit over. The reason for that is when you are this tired and focused on your goal, you are not even able to notice the state you are in and make decision to stay safe. And by the way, I forgot to turn the camera off, so it runs out of battery and I couldn't film when I got to the finish, so you just have to take my word for it. I also can't really blame myself for forgetting it. I was a little bit tired. So what I got from this race: 18th place and destroyed ankle. Was it worth it? Totally. Would do it again.